Hi Aquarius, welcome back. We are here to do your October 2019 love reading. Just getting right into it here. If you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate your likes, shares, subscribes, comments. They mean so much to me, and I appreciate you being here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So Aquarius for October 2019, please, a 9-card spread. Focusing on love. Or money. Say love and money. October 2019, please, 9-card spread. So, your card is what came out, the Star, first. Okay, now they're jumping like crazy. You might have something that you are hoping for, working on, working toward, building for yourself that isn't quite working out how you want it. Might just be delays. You might be seeing somebody better for who they are. Kind of a clarity of sorts. One more, please. Okay, there's definitely a need to leave. So let's start with finances. I'm going to start with finances here, Aquarius. It looks like you're finally starting to see some of the reward of your hard work. You're starting to see some progress. You're also getting better financial clarity. You have a better idea now of where you need to go to get to a goal or a dream that has been kind of delayed. It's taking a lot longer than you thought. Maybe you're having to work harder at it. Maybe you're needing to get some advice. You've had to consult with others, collaborate, team up, get some experts in to assist with the project. Yeah, all of the signs are cautioning you to take something slow. I don't know if this is in regard to finance. Maybe a hiring process is a bit slow. This might be like one of those bigger, better jobs where they're doing multiple interview callbacks, multiple, testings, that type of thing. All signs are good for this. I think it's going to be very fulfilling for you in the end, but you're going to need to fight for it. And you're going to need to make it through multiple phases. It's gonna feel like a huge major victory by the time you get there, because everything has been so slow going. This maybe even has been a month-long process. And I don't think that you've really told anybody about it. And I think that's actually a good plan. The cards are kind of showing the need for secrecy, clear-headedness, definitely clarity going forward, but don't lose sight of your vision, and don't lose sight of, the idea that you have in mind. Like, what is your grand goal? What's the end goal? Everything said and done. How does this job or this investment fit into that? it looks like, you know, some project that you've had to fight for, or potentially a collaboration with someone else that's really not going that great on its own. Sorry about that, Aquarians. I had a phone call coming through. It's just obnoxious. Okay, so moving forward into what this looks like for relationships. There's a big, big need for clarity to come in. It looks like dashed hopes, but still at the same time, it's like you're doing well for yourself. But it's like some dream isn't coming through in the way that you wanted. It looks like the dream that you had has turned into kind of a solo gig in a way. The way that you wanted to proceed. Some of you are still waiting on a divorce to be finalized, because I see, you know, broken dream, single and doing well, because you have the Star reversed, the Nine of Pentacles upright, and then we have the Six of Swords reversed. So you could be lacking clarity on an issue, but what I'm kind of getting out of these cards with the King of Swords upright and the Judgment following it, you're kind of waiting on a relationship to fully end, a situation to fully end, a divorce to fully end, to leave one job and go to another, that type of scenario. Because there's definitely a sorting in the legal sense or in the permanent sense that's going to need to happen here. There's also some unresolved emotions regarding a situation, most likely from the past. It's kind of like needing to, the situation itself is resolving in the legal sense and the physical sense. You're better established on your own, but in some ways you're still kind of holding on to this idea of the broken dream or the dashed hopes or the just this dream that didn't come through. And I really think what the cards are showing me here is that it's kind of preventing you from moving forward in a meaningful way, like you have fought so hard for and like you want to. You're very guarded at this point, and I mean naturally, considering the situation. I really feel like you Aquarians are working with resolving a situation that had to do with a very important soulmate, very near and dear. And it's just really hard to go ahead and move forward from it. You're kind of in that process. Like all of the things definitely are closing. You're realizing for sure this is not going to happen. And I believe a lot of this could even be court stuff, because I mean we have the Judgment here right next to the King of Swords upright. So I'm assuming that some of you, this might be, like I said, divorce, custody, something of division of property. This could have been a death too. Death of a near and dear soulmate or friend. It could have been a former partner. Yeah, it's something that you can't move forward from, and you can't be all the way done with yet because there's things in the way, basically. And there was a lesson to be learned out of this. And it's like what you're war weary about at this point is exactly what you were meant to learn. Like this was all meant to be. And you may not have the perfect clarity out of it just yet because you aren't in a position to completely move away from it at this time. But just know that they were very important. They were meant to come in. They were meant to go out at this point in time. You were meant to learn something from this or gain something from this. But I also get the sense that your independence, in a way, building your life for yourself is very, very important in this scenario. For some of you, there is a slight potential of something new coming in that definitely could have a very stable foundation in the future. This might be another soulmate energy trying to come into your life, or maybe they already have and you feel like your former situation is kind of holding you back from moving forward with them if they're already present. Because I mean, you found better balance from your old situation. You know that you want to move forward. Sorry, my computer's doing notifications if any of you heard that. You know what you want to do. You found your better balance. You're doing better on your own. You're building for yourself. You're in a much better place. But, I mean, there are some deep, dark emotions still holding you back and something in the actual physical plane. And I suspect, you know, I've said this, legal issues or something like that. Because you're just really kind of starting to feel a little bit beat down and you just want to cut free and be able to, you know, move forward with everything that it is that you want to do, and potentially with this new person. So let's start throwing some clarifiers. This is about as much as we've got the full story. So tell me about this new person. So that is interesting. So the new situation, this isn't really telling me about a new situation. I wanted to know about a new situation. This is telling me about your old situation, the person that you were dealing with. We got the card, the Well, on top of the Two of Cups. They were your wish. They were, you know, what you wanted. And now, potentially for those of you that are dealing with a new person, yes, some of you are. We've got an Ace of Swords. Okay. Either that or you're very clear about the situation. Some of you have a earth sign that's come into your life. For you women, this could be a person with earth in their chart. Since it's a love reading, it's probably in their moon. But they're a mature guy. They're doing okay for themselves, but I mean, the main issue is they're very solid, they're very stable, they're very reliable. And for those of you men, the person in your life could be an earth sign, but they probably just carry those traits. They're doing well for themselves. We have the Knight of Pentacles. What do we got here? The Nine of Wands upright. So the person that you met, or the person that you were formerly in the relationship with, we've got the King of Wands came out, the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands upright, the Knight of Pentacles. So I'm getting the idea off of this Ace of Swords that some of you with this new person, the new person's very stable. They have been kind of beaten down by a former relationship too, and you know, they've managed to come out victorious, and it's like both of you are kind of in a guarded state about kind of moving forward with anything too quickly. Some of you are dealing with two people. You might even have three suitors, basically. There's a fire sign, an earth sign, and then a much younger earth sign, some of you ladies, in the picture here. The interesting part about this is they all seem pretty stable, steady, and the Tower was flipped over on the deck here. I'm going through my cards because they looked all crazy, flipped around. So, like I was talking about, endings with the former person may have been the result of multiple people, either on your part or their part. It looks like you might have been dealing with an earth sign fairly heavily and a fire sign, and that kind of created the end. But for those of you that are seeing somebody new, that person might still be mired in an ending with their person. This new person that came into your life might be kind of going through a very similar situation to what you are. They still have some ongoing, you know, right, yeah, the artist. They still have ongoing issues with their former person. Everybody's very clear on the way things are. They know, you know, both parties, well, all parties involved know what they want. This isn't like a third party situation, like nobody's cheating or anything. It's just there's a lot of stuff to resolve with these former relationships. So tell me more about the people that are currently dealing with more than one new person that has come into their life. Give me more information on that. Tell me about the fire sign. Tell me about the fire sign. Yeah, for those of you that are dealing with more than one person, that's what's holding you back. You kind of don't know what way to go. You're still hurt from your old situation, and you're holding back because you've kind of just been messing around with multiple options. And I don't think that you're super... I don't think you're incredibly excited about any of them besides this person with the earth in their chart, the more mature one. It's like you have a couple of shiny characters over here, basically. Like there's two other people vying for your attention, but this earth sign, or the person, the very mature, grounded, stable in life person that probably either they're just having those energies or they have earth in their chart. That's the person that I think is like your wish more. But you're kind of distracted at the same time with these other people. You can relate the most to the grounded, stable person. So many aces, y'all. This is insane. I'm really excited for you. So you have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, it's in reverse. Okay? That's telling you to use caution in a new practical endeavor, a new financial endeavor. Like, don't run and move in with somebody. Don't invest your money willy-nilly without like checking out the company, that kind of thing. It's a caution. It's a yield sign, basically. Like, you need to slow it down just a little bit and think about this for a second. But Ace of Wands upright, Ace of Swords upright, you're beginning something new. Probably these relationships, probably your life on your own in a more stable way, or the idea of working toward that for those of you that are still heavily trying to resolve the former issue. Okay, so these suitors, though, the fire sign is very gushy, very romantic, okay? Probably not super serious. Probably not very level-headed. Probably prone to let their emotions run away with them, over emotional, or they're taking on these characteristics, somebody in the situation. I don't know that I'd really trust that one. They're very romantic. I mean, if that's what you're looking for, like if you can handle some of the basically like instability of this person, then they would be a fantastic option. But I really think that your wish lies with either somebody in the past or this fire sign or the earth sign. Clarity's coming in October about it, though. I can say that much because you have the Judgment here, the King of Swords upright, the Ace of Swords came out. You're going to have a much better direction of where you're going and what you want if you are one of these people that's dealing with multiple people. Okay? Or if you're the past situation that you're resolving and dealing with, if it was the result of other people being involved on behalf of both parties, basically. Everybody here, this is going to begin resolving better. Everybody's going to get a lot more clarity about the situation. And you're going to feel a lot more triumphant and victorious. I think some of you are holding out hope, though, for a judgment to be in your favor and fair and balanced, or you're holding out hope that a previous situation or a situation with the person that is your wish is going to, you know, attain balance and that you're going to come back to union. Because you have like the Artist, the Well, Hope. There's a lot of very hopeful, romanticizing type cards in this spread. So if you've had a falling out with somebody, it looks like throughout the month if you can just maintain your wits, worry about you, don't over focus on it, maintain that hope, maintain, you know, communicate. If they reach out to you, don't be like, oh, well, that wasn't good enough. I wanted you to say it this way or something. Don't be like that. Keep yourself balanced. It looks like they probably will be coming through to speak to you. I just don't know if you're going to super like what they have to say, because a lot of information could be coming out about what was a third party situation, or you may be finding out about one. There's a lot of different storylines that came out here because there's so many people. This is an interesting reading again. There's so many people present. Looks like you could be offering your heart, like if you have a falling out with this earth sign or the earthy person that like was your wish, basically the person that you're more interested in at this point, looks like you could have a falling out with them and just end up getting more involved with the fire sign that's sort of like in the periphery. It's somebody else that's in your life. And I don't get the impression that they're like a person that's been around for a long time. For some of you they are, but for most of you they're not. So that is going to be it, Aquarius. I hope that you enjoyed that. I suggest paring down the folks in your life. If you're entertaining some people on the side, it doesn't necessarily look like that's probably the best idea. It looks like it's going to be quite a complication. You might actually end up making a poor choice out of spite. Like if you end up fighting with this other person, you know, kind of like your main person, you might make a poor choice to get involved with this fire sign. I don't know. I'm really not sure what to think of that, but I will be back with other readings this month. Thanks for watching. Bye.